Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be breaking down how to have great positioning in Fortnite. And this gameplay is a 23 kill solo squads gameplay that I think does a really good job of showing just how valuable good positioning can be in Fortnite. I really don't recall there being maybe more than one or two crazy build fights in this video. It's mostly just positioning myself well in close, medium, and long range fights and letting my gun skill kind of guide me to victory. It's interesting because almost this entire gameplay takes place in Tilted Towers, and about the first 10 or so kills is mostly all close range fights, and then the next 10 to 13 kills that end the gameplay are more medium and long range stuff, so the gameplay really does have a mix of everything. And you'll see at some point in this gameplay one of the craziest clips I have ever gotten in my Fortnite career, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Now, just a quick note, this gameplay does feature glider redeploy, which, in case you guys didn't already know, was officially removed from solos, duos, and squads yesterday. Now, in regards to positioning, I'm kind of undecided on if the removal of glider redeploy actually makes positioning more important or less important in the grand scheme of things. One part of me thinks, well, now that you no longer have a get out of jail free card in the form of redeploy, you're gonna really get punished if you start a fight with bad positioning. But on the other hand, without the added non-RNG mobility of redeploy, you aren't able to constantly reposition as quickly and effectively in the middle of fights, so I guess I would say that without glider redeploy, your initial positioning is so much more important now. But I actually have a feeling that glider redeploy will be added back into the game relatively soon as Epic does some more testing and finds a way to truly balance it, but that's a discussion for another day. Let's get into breaking down the gameplay. So we're hopping in here, and I already have 5 kills. Like I said, all of them have been in Tilted, and then I see this guy doing not sure what with those balloons there. I can tell you one thing, it definitely wasn't a good play, and it ended up getting him killed. That's when I got ran up on by that gingerbread skin that you guys just saw, and he had high ground over me. He had a little ramp head glitch advantage over me, so I decided no way am I taking that fight out in the open with a positioning disadvantage and height disadvantage, so I retreat in here to Big Bertha, which is a smart play to make. You don't always have to take fights out in the open when you're at a disadvantage. And another guy I catch doing not sure what. At first I thought it was reviving someone, but I only got 1 kill and didn't see anyone else die, so I guess he was just alone doing not sure what there. And then finally I catch the gingerbread man, and with a nice one-shot headshot finish up that team that was definitely a little bit unorganized, so don't play like those guys. They had no clue how to have good positioning in Fortnite. This next guy is just a solo if I recall correctly, and I start the fight off with a height advantage and do a really nice job here of getting some solid damage with a shotgun shot by using an angle that he clearly wasn't expecting. That's really important in these close range fights, especially in a building as big with as many windows as Big Bertha. If you can kind of find some of those angles your enemies won't be expecting to be shot from, it can really turn a fight. And right there, like you saw, I had 77 health left. Who knows if I didn't hit that first shotgun shot? Maybe now I would have needed an extra shotgun shot, and maybe he hits his shotgun shot, and I end up losing the fight. But right here, you're going to see this really has nothing to do with positioning. That was just a crazy shot, kind of turned on that Galaxy skin right there, and hit him with a mean 161 to the face. So we're going to skip ahead a little further into the gameplay now, and we're actually going to start this sequence off with a nice little one-shot down. Now, the reason for that, and you guys aren't going to be able to see it because I cut it out of the gameplay, but basically I was fighting like 3 different teams in this specific section of Tilted Towers for about 5 minutes straight. If you kind of look to the left side of your screen, you can see some of the remains of the battle there. It basically looks like Tfue, Myth, Ninja, and I don't know, Aiden all met up in an open field with max materials. And that thank you guy who you saw me down a few seconds ago, I basically knocked him down about 3 or 4 times in that crazy battle, and I somehow didn't get a single elimination from the entire thing, so that's obviously not good, but you'll see me make up for it in a few minutes here. So I was about to drink that big shield for the first time, but then I heard some footsteps above me, so I decided, alright, I gotta turtle up, be careful here, and then I finally end up drinking it. And at this point in the gameplay, I'm thinking it's thank you or thank me's teammate, whatever the name of the guy I killed at the beginning of this clip was, and I actually do end up being right. As you guys are going to see in a few seconds here, this is going to be a kind of awkward fight. He lands right on me, and we trade shotgun shots for about equal value. Then he absolutely cracks me, tries to edit me. I try to trap him. I'm trapped really bad, but luckily I hit that 110 damage shotgun shot to clutch out the fight at the absolute last second before he was easily just going to spray me down and kill me. You know, that's what gun skill kind of does in Fortnite. It's unfortunate because I know gun skill's really hard to learn, but gun skill's kind of like the great equalizer for all fights. You can have great positioning, you can outplay someone, but sometimes gun skill just ends up saving you. It's how it is in this game and a lot of other third-person, first-person shooters. And as soon as I finished up that last fight, another guy just glides right onto me. I hit him for, I believe, 7 damage there, and he just starts minigunning me. Luckily, I know that when someone miniguns you, you want to get on top of them. You want to put immediate shotgun pressure because they can't do too much burst damage with that minigun, and that's exactly how that ended up playing out, and it ended up being an easy kill. Now, what you guys are about to see here is just absolutely insane, so do not look away from your screen. This is an example of what good positioning can do for you. These guys are engaged in some kind of a crazy, I don't know, like 3 or 4 team fight, and for about 1 to 2 minutes straight, I am just going to absolutely tee off on pretty much every single person in this fight. I believe I walk out of this with 19 total kills, something absolutely crazy like that, and you're gonna see it is all AR. I'm just staying in the background. I know no one's gonna shoot at me. I'm positioning myself really well, and then when I start getting downs, that's when I push up a little because I know people are gonna be going for revives, so I don't want to let them get those revives off. We're at 17 kills. I walk over here to another down, and bam, just like that. What was that? 7 kills in the span of maybe 45 seconds total, all with an AR, no damage taken. I don't even think anyone shot at me. That is to a T what good positioning can do for you in Fortnite, and it's why it's so important. It's why guys like Nick Mercs are just so good at the game. If you combine good positioning with good AR gun skill, you're going to have so many opportunities like that to get crazy clips, high kill games, without having much pressure put on you and without much of a need for super crazy building skills. Now, as you guys can see, the last kind of full team in this gameplay is all the way up on this crazy high mountain inside of the zone, and if you caught it a few seconds ago as their teammate gets eliminated right there, I actually didn't eliminate him right away. I tried to put 1 or 2 bullets into him when he was downed to try to make him call out to his teammates, "Oh my god, he's finishing me, quick, rush him, rush him." I basically wanted to trick them into getting off of the mountain so I could kind of glide or redeploy onto it and take high ground, or just engage them from level ground where I was on the Tilted Towers mountain. But luckily that guy had a rift to go, so the mountain problem is not so much of a mountain problem now, and I guess it wasn't even in the zone, as you can see right there, so that's another L for those guys. But luckily, I kind of take high ground right there. I bamboozled them with the rift to go, and now I control the positioning advantage for this fight, which ultimately leads to them making a pretty good play themselves and glidering away. It's exactly what I would have done in the situation, although they do have a numbers advantage, so it also would have been a good play to just straight up push me if they did it in a coordinated way. But now that I have the positioning advantage of being on this super tall mountain, which is a great spot of natural high ground, I want to bring the fight directly to these guys, and that's exactly what I end up doing by getting a really quick down there. And then another interesting revelation in this fight is I actually hear the third player that isn't on their team shooting from pretty far away on the map. So I initially thought this was a 1v3, but now I know it's a 1v2v1, so I get a little more aggressive because I don't want this guy to revive his teammate, and I know I have him in a fair 1v1 fight situation. Now, when I told you guys that the gameplay contains at least 1 or 2 crazy build battles, this is mainly what I was talking about. Not too crazy of a build battle, and it is worth noting that this was all kind of initiated with good positioning, but yeah, this is simply gonna come down to a build battle and me eventually outbuilding the guy by boxing him and trapping him pretty smoothly, pretty easily, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty nice. So now this final enemy, I saw him a little bit earlier and heard him shooting his gun, so now I know that it's a simple 1v1 at this point, and he doesn't even have any shield, so I basically just want to get a little aggressive, and we end it with one shot from the AR right there for 72 damage, and an easy 23 kill solo squads win. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.